it's time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years, so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets, fool?
That's a close encounter of what kind?
Ready, set, steady, bang.
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all keep the flow.
Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
Ready, set, steady, bang.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the jets, the coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash.
Feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what, in the feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what, whole squad like, yeah, in the feel like, yeah, all day like, just wanna be her. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Yeah, I pissed so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black. Yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
Up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and their inner-city rivals, the New York Giants. Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 20. 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready up.
51's the mark. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Now a handoff looking right. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the first play of the game. And even 50 yards on the ground.
At the 26-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set. AT Gator.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
2.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, 1st down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Come on, set. 15, Ronnie. 59. Hey, lock it.
Kill.
Greystone, Travis.
Kill. Wide.
Get fair. Hey, Delta.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Be careful.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And this one's incomplete. Trying to get it that time to Stills. And now it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check high. 59's mark.
Jones operating from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past past the 45. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And that's why you spend a 1st-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
It's our time. It's our time. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Watch left, watch left. Watch the slant.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
Here we go, set, 10-2 stop.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. 4 down. Check.
5.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrich Rosas. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Rosas puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense ready to go in this battle in New York. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Get down. 18 Gator. Look at me. Go. 5.
Watch the safety creep. Joker.
Rock it. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
2nd and 5. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Go! 180! 57. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Check.
He may try and run for this. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves them with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Well, you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Slam.
Topper.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Leo.
They'll try the left side. Byer got some room at the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Oh, design run for their wideout. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Hey, Sam off.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque.
Yeah, I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Gone.
On 2nd down, Bear, and he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Giants have it. It's picked up, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Jets offense ready to go in this battle in New York. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter. But
you don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Look at me. Go. Hey, foxtrot. 36. Let's go.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sione Takitaki. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
On the double. Rock it. Slam. Now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
At the 22-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Yeah, he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Ready, break.
Here we go.
Look, squeeze. Sleep grip.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Watch twist.
General West.
Check the backer.
Let's go.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face a third down.
Check 13. Under 10. Under 10. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
He can run for it, and he will. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Hey, let's go. 22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber. Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. On the ball. Take go.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Get up. 180. 57. Come on. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want none. Switch.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm?
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you it's not very good.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there, second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Watch that, watch that.
Now Trubisky lost the football, but I believe the Giants got this back and they will hold on to the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Jets offense ready to go in this battle of New York. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there, 1st down.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Hey, orbit.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Now.
Throwing Jones. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
3 down. Mike, check, 59. Go. Check. Hey, alert 3. Check. Lucky.
Ready?
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. On 4th down, Jones. And he finds Stills, complete. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Look at me. Door.
Jones now on first down. This is Hillman with it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Check out.
Hey, Echo.
Check three. Mike's 59. Watch the run. Mike's 5'9.
Rock it. Hey, Mike's 7. 5.
Jones on first and 10. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack on first down, Jones. And he's going to go down again. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
Switch. Leo. Hey, Haywood.
59 Mike. Check, 59. Here we go. Mike.
Get it.
From the gun, Jones. And the pressure gets to him again. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check 9. Look. Squeeze. Hey, seam 6.
Here's Jones throwing on fourth down. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are going to get the football back. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Hey, Sam off.
He's checking crap.
Now Jones throwing on first down. That one complete to Anderson. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Jones, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
When we talk about players blitzing all the time, I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check.
Hey, Delta. Check 25. Go.
To throw on third down, Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9.
Kill. Turn up.
Hey, zoom.
Wide. Get wide. Mike's
On fourth down, Jones. Found his target. It's Anderson. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Jones now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
We got double up.
Go.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. You go tight. You got tight right there.
Looking to throw. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 8 now on second.